Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack some really fascinating sources and get right to the heart of things that matter. Today it's quite a profound journey we're taking. We're looking into what it means to be a faithful messenger. And we're drawing on some incredible ancient wisdom that honestly feels so relevant right now. Our source material for this deep dive is, it comes with some insightful study notes. It's a 7-step QT guide, QT for quiet time. And it focuses specifically on the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, verses 1 through 10. It's rich stuff. Definitely challenging, but in a good way.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is to get our heads around what it actually means to speak important truths, especially when your audience might be completely unreceptive, or maybe the message itself is just really difficult to hear.
Yeah, and that's the big question for all of us, isn't it? How do you say what needs saying? Especially when you're worried about, rejection or just making things uncomfortable. Okay, so let's dive in. We should probably start by setting the scene. Put yourself in Ezekiel's shoes for a moment, just a regular person, and then this happens.
Right. And what's fascinating is how this divine encounter kicks off. In Ezekiel 2, verses 1 and 2, God speaks directly. He calls him Son of Man, that's Ezekiel, and tells him, stand up so he can hear God speak. And then, this is powerful, the Spirit enters Ezekiel, actually sets him on his feet. It's like this literal and spiritual empowerment. So he's ready, truly ready to receive God's voice.
Wow. And then immediately he's given this, incredibly daunting task. God says he's being sent to the people of Israel, to nations of rebels who have rebelled against me. And just in case that wasn't clear enough, the text really emphasizes they are impudent and stubborn. I mean, talk about a tough assignment.
He really is. No easy audience there.
You're being sent to people who've already rejected the message you're bringing. What kind of success are you even expecting?
And that difficult setup immediately brings out this core truth, something our study notes really highlight. It's this. Faithfulness isn't measured by results, but by obedience. That insight is absolutely key to understanding the messenger's role here, and maybe our role too, anytime we need to speak truth.
That is such a perspective shift, isn't it? It really frees you up. Makes me think about, any tricky situation, giving tough feedback at work maybe, or a difficult conversation with family, or even, advocating for something you believe in online. Like, you get so caught up in, did I win? Did I change their mind?
Right. The outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if the real measure is just, did I say it?
Yeah.
Did I have the courage to speak that truth, whatever happens next? That takes a huge weight off. And this central command, it's from Ezekiel 2, verse 7, really nails it. This is a key verse from our source material. And you shall speak my words to them, whether they hear or refuse to hear, for they are a rebellious house. Full stop.
Exactly. And the study notes unpack that, making it super clear. God calls us to speak even when people don't want to listen, which naturally brings up the question.
Why bother?
Yeah, if you know they won't listen, why go through with it?
Because that natural hesitation, the notes call it out in the reflection part, it's so human. We hold back, don't we? We hesitate to share something true because we're afraid they won't listen. Or worse, we fear the pushback, the eye roll, the argument, the, outright rejection.
Yeah.
How often do we silence ourselves? Because we anticipate that reaction from our own rebellious house, whatever that looks like for us.
And yet, look at the instruction God gives Ezekiel. It's incredibly direct. Don't be afraid of them. Even though they're described like briars and thorns, like he's sitting on scorpions. Imagine that imagery.
Yeah.
And the command is explicit. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, for they are a rebellious house. What's really striking there is the level of resistance God expects. It's not just a maybe. It's assumed.
Right. He's basically saying, expect thorns, expect scorpion stings, but go anyway.
Exactly. It's like being sent into a thorny bush to deliver a love letter, almost.
So connecting those dots then, God isn't asking Ezekiel or us to be popular. The study material puts it plainly, God doesn't call us to be popular. He calls us to be faithful. Okay? But that still leaves that nagging question. If they're so stubborn, if they've already tuned God out, why insist? Why keep sending the message? Why persist?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the why comes down to something really profound mentioned in the notes. God still sends his word because he still loves them. It's not about their response initially. It's about his character, his love, which leads to this powerful conclusion in the reflection, God's love speaks even when people don't want to hear. It's an act of persistent, unwavering love, not a transaction demanding an immediate return.
Okay, so Ezekiel is empowered. He's facing this frankly, impossible-sounding audience, a whole nation of briars and thorns. And you're thinking, okay, what's the message then? What could possibly be worth delivering into that kind of hostility? And this is where the story gets incredibly vivid. This part is really interesting. What exactly is Ezekiel supposed to deliver? The imagery in Ezekiel 2, verses 8 to 10, is just wow. He's told, open your mouth and eat what I give you. Okay, strange enough. Then he's shown a scroll. And get this, it has writing on the front and on the back.
Both sides.
And there were written on it words of lamentation and mourning and lamentation, mourning on both sides of the scroll. It's not exactly good news, is it?
Not at all. It wasn't meant to be easy listening.
No kidding. What impact is that supposed to have on rebels?
Well, that leads straight into a really crucial application point from our notes. It says, don't let rejection silence your witness. Speak truth with love. And it draws this vital distinction. Your job isn't to change hearts. That's God's role. Your job is to be faithful with the message. That really takes the pressure off, doesn't it? The burden of results isn't on you.
It is. It shifts the focus entirely to obedience and faithfulness, like you said earlier. And there's one more detail here. It feels subtle but important. Back in verse 8, Ezekiel himself gets a warning. God says, but you, son of man, hear what I say to you. Be not rebellious like that rebellious house.
Yes. That's critical. So putting it all together, the call isn't just go deliver this tough message. It's also embody faithfulness yourself. Don't become like the very people you're speaking to.
Wow.
It's a call for integrity, consistency. You can't just preach it. You have to, live it too, or at least strive to. And that brings up a challenging question for us, right? For anyone listening. How can you grow in courage and compassion as a messenger, especially knowing your own character is part of the message too?
Yeah. This whole deep dive into Ezekiel 2, it's given us so much to chew on. It's such a powerful call to be faithful in how we communicate, no matter how it lands. It really flips the script on what success means when you're speaking truth.
It really does. It hammers home that the power isn't necessarily in immediate acceptance or, going viral. It's in the act itself, the faithful act of speaking truth with integrity and hopefully with love.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening right now? What really stands out to you from this whole exploration of faithfulness and courage? Maybe take a moment. Is there someone in your life God might be prompting you to speak truth to? Even if it feels really hard or awkward or just plain uncomfortable.
And remember, the focus isn't solely on forcing an outcome. It's on your faithful action, your loving communication, trusting that the ultimate impact, that's not entirely down to you.